Right, sync claps. Cool.
That was solid claps.
Yeah. Pause. Right. Off the jump.
I almost spat my drink out then. Oh. Well.
Welcome back to Everything and Nothing. We are on episode 24 now. It's been a minute.
24.
It feels weird because we're slowly approaching a year, but like obviously a year's 52. I mean, we've missed a few episodes, but around 50.
And we're only on 24.
And we're only on 24.
I mean, we did miss a few when we were doing our Life is Strange episodes.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. That is why.
Because I think we would have been at like 30 by now-ish.
Yeah, God, I forgot we did that. It was like 11 episodes of that?
I don't know. We did it for quite a while, didn't we?
That was good though.
And then, yeah, by the time we started in July, August or something last year. I think by that point it'll kind of catch up. But yeah,
well, that's
24.
why then, that has answered my questions. But yeah, as I'm looking at what we've got written down today for today's topic, I don't even know how to transition into the first topic of today.
There's no good way to transition into this.
Like literally there isn't. Unless you've been living under a rock recently. To be fair, I actually was, because I only found out about this at work the other day.
I think it's if you're not on Twitter, in my opinion, you might not know about it. For me, it is. My Twitter's gone crazy over this.
Yeah, Twitter's run away with this one.
TikTok a little bit, but Twitter's the main one. If you've not got Twitter or X,
then yeah, you wouldn't. Maybe you haven't seen. You wouldn't have seen. I don't even know what to call it. Like the ASHTON Hall morning routine video he dropped. So for a bit of context, this guy is just. I think he's a. From what I've heard, he's like a fitness. But
is he taking the piss?
No, that's why
it's deadly viral. Serious.
Well, I mean, he might have known that this would be the outcome of it, but the video, there wasn't it's not like a parody video.
It's like this alpha sigma kind of content.
Yeah,
isn't it?
It's like your typical just an alpha sigma fitness content creator, and he did his one of them classic morning routines where he wakes up at fucking 3 a.m. and then runs a boulder up a mountain by 4 and then showered by 5 and all this shit. But there was some specific thing with his one as well, which I for context as well, I mean, might have to put it up because I've not actually watched the full original
It's crazy.
thing.
Guys, any of you that are watching on YouTube will put a clip of it because
we'll overlay it.
It's actually quite hard to explain what we're talking about, but just imagine the most insufferable, alpha male style, before you've even woken up, I've reinvented the wheel kind of thing. And it's it's crazy, and he does such stupid shit. Well, it's not stupid. It's just it's just very,
you don't do it.
You don't do it. He does not do that every day. 100%.
Yeah,
he's there dunking his face into a bowl of ice multiple times in the video. Yeah, rubbing a banana peel on his face.
Yeah,
he goes.
Weird shit.
He dives into a pool and. The time goes from 7:36 to 7:40 while he's floating in the air about to get into the pool. Yeah. So where does those 4 minutes go? He spends 4 minutes floating. I don't get it.
Funny.
And in the background of that part of the section, can I add, there is literally a sign that says no diving while he's diving into this
someone
pool.
said that to me, but I couldn't find it. I went back and rewatched that bit and I couldn't find it. But
you'll see it when we replay it.
Yeah, for the For if you're watching on YouTube, if you're not, come and jump over to YouTube if you want to see the video we're talking about for the full context.
So
we've described it as best we can, but we'll overlay it on the video now. And then cut it and then just put it up on your phone because I actually want to watch this. And then also so you can send it to me.
I mean, there's loads of different ones, but I'll
if we can somehow, I think it must have originally been a YouTube video, right? If you go on YouTube and type in ASHTON Hall,
there is Instagram Reels.
Oh. All right, what have we got here? 350. That's oddly specific.
Yeah, and he has this specific bottled water. Oh, and this, he's crouching on the floor. Wait, this.
Yeah, that squat is
what
so
is that
sus.
About? Mind you.
Also in that journal thing, I saw Zia.
He's on the first page.
Yeah, on the journal, Zia.
He isn't writing shit.
Yeah.
This is honestly bullshit.
Yeah, he ain't writing shit in there.
About the Lord's business.
first dunk.
There's literally no need for that. It's such a waste.
Just, right. Right, then he's running. Then he goes to the pool. 7:40. And then
4 minutes
here,
before in midair.
no diving. After he just dived in
That's
the pool.
fucking funny. Play out the rest of this. I've not seen the rest of this video. Yeah, what the fuck? Why is he rubbing a banana peel
Look,
in his face?
second ice bowl.
So looking at it, bro, we gotta go ahead and get in at least 10,000.
Oh yeah, I've seen people
Yeah, at least
memeing that.
10,000. And then gets his like partner to cook him breakfast.
Thank you.
And then there's one other video that I've seen that he posted, which was also a similar vibe thing with like a morning routine. And his girlfriend is like bowing down to him and stuff. And then he starts
What?
like there are parts where he's definitely playing into it. Like there was one where he's playing basketball and then like somebody was like hand feeding him slices of watermelon and like
What the fuck?
But if you go on his Instagram,
Like he's got to be trolling,
the
surely.
views that he is getting.
Oh yeah,
my God.
after this has blown up massively.
It
so.
is literally insane. Let me show you.
Yeah, because I came into work the other day and everyone was talking about it and I didn't have a clue what they were on about.
70 mil,
Yeah, that's
120 mil,
Jesus.
60 mil.
Have you seen as well?
82,
So
94.
for the audio listeners, in these things where we've been talking about, he's been dunking his head into water. It's not even like he's filling up a sink or whatever and chucking some like he's got a bowl with these specific glass
and
blue
they're
bottled
expensive.
water. Because it's like a fucking I don't know, like a Voss water type B. But apparently, since he's been doing it and the videos have gone so viral, the stock of that water thing has like shot up.
Oh, it must do.
Massively. Like I think
must
someone.
do.
I could be completely wrong on the numbers, but I feel like I overheard someone in the office saying it. They went up by like something stupid, like 20% or some shit like that because of these
Somebody
videos.
should have invested in that as soon as. Oh my God, this is 200 million views.
Anyone that's just dunking his face dunking in water,
10 million likes.
send this to me so I can put it on the episode. That's.
Like, but why does this have...
Bro does not know what he's doing. Like,
What's up, bro?
it's always so weird. I've seen so many videos of
And he
people
must
doing
make
their like
so
morning
much money
routines.
off it.
Like I saw another one that was like I saw another one that was a similar type thing, but this was actually a while ago. This must have been a few months ago. I can't remember who was reacting to it. I think Nemulus was reacting to it. And it was someone doing the same morning routine, and it was they had like a meal prep thing in the morning for their breakfast or whatever, and they go and put it in the microwave. And the same way they have a clock like overlaid on there. There was two parts to it that made it really funny. The clock ticks up while the food's in the microwave, goes up by like I think it was like 20 minutes or like 25 minutes, like a little ready meal fucking thing. It was like that shit is like it's gonna explode if you put it in there for that long. And then also, obviously, he's done it on a microwave which has a clock on it.
Oh,
And
so
so
you
you
can
can see
actually
the
see how
actual
long it's
times that
been.
he's done it on it and
Yeah,
stuff like
that-
that, and it didn't add up like at all.
I can guarantee you got to remember like how long it must take this guy to do all of those steps, but as in
And film it as well.
film it, prop the camera up and everything. That is bullshit.
Yeah, and like in that
It is
one,
bullshit,
the example of the
100%.
microwave, the time on the clock overlaid was like let's say just like 6:50 a.m. or something. On the thing it was like 9:30. Like
Yeah.
it's just not
It's just
not at
not
all like
true.
your morning routine.
Like, this guy just did not get up at 3 a.m. And like, I'm gonna send you this other one. There's even just ones of him running, just sprinting, and this has nearly 100 million views.
There's so many videos of
It's
him sprinting
literally
and shit.
just him running in slow mo.
It's not even in slow. Oh, that bit is in slow mo. The other bit is hard. Just him sprint and drinking that
And
blue
drinking
thing.
that fucking water.
He's got to have like such a
like a
brand deal,
Yeah.
with them, like an endorsement thing, because they're in every single one of his videos without fail. Like that's not accidental.
This is just crazy.
It's just these
And apparently, my 4-year story as an online fitness coach. So that's how he has that lifestyle, a fitness coach.
Yeah.
That is surely bullshit. I mean, well, now it's obviously because he's just like making crazy money online.
Yeah, but even so, it's still bullshit. It just rents all the shit in his videos. Because like, if he's making that, it's the whole thing of people. You know, like the people who sell courses. It's like if you were just making that amount of money, you wouldn't need to sell a course. Like, why? You're obviously the course is how you make your money, not you're trying to flog yourself making money, but the course is actually how you're making the money. So it's just fucking stupid. And all the course shit anyway. By the way, this is just a bit of a PSA to anyone who like buys courses of this creator, specifically the ones that are like, oh, how to make money and shit like that.
They're making the money off telling you how
you're
to
the product.
make money.
You're literally the products. Like you're making them the money by buying a stupid course. And also all of the cool shit, you can just like chat GPT.
Yeah.
It's just shit that the regurgitated information you can just fucking find online on YouTube for free. I remember KSI saying that he bought what's Andrew Tate's one called? Like the Hustlers University or whatever. And he was like, and he was just like, it was just a Discord. It was like a Discord server with like some same sort of shit, chat GPT shit, just pasted in certain channels and stuff. Like it's
crazy.
It's stupid.
Yeah, like I saw a thing on Twitter a couple of days ago, and it was a girl that was 22 years old, so younger than us, and she was celebrating that she had reached $1 million in like money, like she had earned $1 million. And she was saying that it was all from like stock trading and blah, blah, blah. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure a big portion of that genuinely is, but a lot of it is because she obviously has a course on how to show you how to also make £1 million, dollars, blah, blah, blah. A lot of it is from the course.
It's just fucking bullshit, man. Like, shock horror, get rich quick schemes don't exist because if they did, every fucking cunt would do one.
Yeah.
Like,
true.
There's
so true.
I don't even know how
if
to tell
was
anyone
easy,
any plain
everyone
on
would
that.
do it.
Literally that. And the people that make all these money and try and just push that onto other people and be like, oh yeah, just do this and you'll suddenly be a millionaire and you can quit your job and you can even do it while you're working another job. It's like, no, you fucking can't.
And you can like work from wherever you want and you can live this lifestyle. And I make $10,000 in one morning, and it's like, mate,
literally, man. Like, I think as well, people have this like, I guess the word like fantasy is the word for it. They're like, let's say they do that, they buy into one of these courses, whatever, and it works out and they make like X amount of money. I don't think people actually understand because they'll how much money you'd have to make for you to just like do that dip and just like retire. Like you still need to work. Like you need a job. Like there's why all these everyone like every flipping rich person you can think of. Although yes, they're not doing all the manual labor that they normally would if they're at the bottom of the food chain. But like they're still fucking. They're not just doing nothing. They're not just doing niche, pissed off, sat on the beach. I mean, some might be if you're talking like the fucking like Richard Bransons and whatever. Yeah, fair. But like that's a ridiculous amount of money. Like you're not gonna get that off of fucking watching. What's the word I'm thinking of when it's like I don't know, but like watching fucking Joe Schmo like flog a course to you on how to do some forex trading or shit like that. Like
and I remember like guys from my hometown loved forex trading. There was kind of like a weird phase of it. I'd say sometime when I was at uni, maybe like 2021-ish. But it was like, honestly, so many guys from my hometown were all doing forex trading and were suddenly like just pushing it all on their stories and all on their socials and stuff.
It's because a lot of them are pyramid schemes.
And it was all trying to like get people to join their group and sign up to their group. And then would like post on their story like, I've made this guy in my group 500 quid today. And then I see the same guy, if he's not watching, but you will know who you are if you are somehow seeing this, saw him when I went home for Christmas. And I was like, so how much have you actually made? Bearing in mind this guy, he makes out like he's a literal millionaire. Yeah. And in like 4 years he's done it, he told me he made like $7,000 or something, which don't get me wrong, is a fair bit of money. Yeah, okay? But still. Seriously.
Yeah, but over 4 years, that's not.
He was flexing. Like, you honestly would think from his Instagram that he made like hundreds of thousands of pounds from this or something.
That's insane. I thought you were going to go the other, or like I thought it was going to be something like 70 grand over.
No,
it was like still a big amount of money, but
he
like
hasn't actually made a lot. I was thinking, over all those years,
4 years,
all those years, and you've made out like this is gonna change your life and everyone else's lives in your group. Not really.
You'd made that in a few months working at a fucking chip shop, like fucking. I don't even know, like that's insane to me.
I was just thinking, like,
But yeah,
Okay.
PSA shock horror. Everything you see online is not real, guys.
But who knows? Maybe I'll start investing.
I wonder, like, how do I word this? I wonder how little it takes to actually like just put out like a complete forced lifestyle on your thing, but to the point where like people that somewhat know you actually believe, like you said, this guy making out that he makes like thing to the point where you were like, I don't know, like how much did you make off this thing, like, and also like how do you even do it? I know you just like rent shit and stuff, but obviously, like you said, if he's only made X amount of over so many years of doing it, surely you're just running yourself into a ground. Like, it's not sustainable.
I think the difference with him was, I think his family's quite well off. So like, when he was living this somewhat lavish lifestyle, it was not because the money he was earning. It was bank
so
of
he
mum
wasn't
and
even
dad.
like renting shit. He was just like
It
happened
was
to be in
bank
nice
of
places
mum
and
and
nice
dad,
things.
but
Okay.
he was flexing it as if it was because of what he had earned.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For other
Sounds
scenarios, people will just rent things and like try and flex it.
That's
and
what I
make
mean.
out
If you're like
they own
like
it.
let's say I'm selling a course and it's just not doing well, and I'm just fucking renting Lamborghinis out the wazoo, fucking money
but like
spreads
that's
and shit,
how you convince
LV bags.
people. That's how you convince people that you're actually making that money.
But my point is, yeah, I know that would convince people, right? But surely, obviously, renting and doing that shit costs money. And if you're not making loads on the other end of it, like surely you're just running yourself into the ground.
Well, you've obviously got to at least make enough to sustain that. Otherwise, you just wouldn't do it, would you?
Yeah, it baffles
gets to a
me.
point.
It baffles me how people, I don't know, just do that for so long. Like I get it if you're young and like you said, like boys when you were like back in school, or whatever, or at home, used to forex trade a bit. And
Might
like, stuff
look a
like
little.
that. Trading itself isn't that bad. Like doing stock trading and shit. To be honest, I kind of want to put some money into stock trading and shit, but like it's not going to become my lifestyle. And then suddenly overnight I'm a gazillionaire.
Suddenly you're a forex trader.
Suddenly I've got a
Eurus
Eurus parked downstairs. Like the fuck. No, like and
that's a red flag. Actually, I know a few episodes ago we spoke about things that are like immediately off-putting, and one of them is if they're a forex trader. For me, 100%.
well, like full time, like
Yeah,
forex
because
trading.
you just know,
schemes.
you just know they're a certain type of person. Sorry if you do it, but
what
we're
is in just like
categorizing you.
what, just like really materialistic?
Yeah, and just like, I just think of like finance, bro. But like the worst side of finance, bro.
Yeah.
Don't, obviously,
Is there a good side of finance, bro?
I don't want to get cancelled. I'm sure there's some lovely finance bros out there, but
I couldn't personally think of anything more boring. Anything to do with numbers and shit. Yeah, count me out.
working in central London, especially being in office on a Thursday and finishing work and being in the area that I'm in, they're everywhere. Finance bros are
Quarter zips every left, right, and centre.
Quarter zips and those like gilets.
Yeah.
And the pointy shoes
I
and the
hate them.
slim fit suit trousers and the curtain bangs and the rucksacks and the 8-pound pints and just like, ugh.
I feel
It's
like
too much.
8-pound pints are becoming too common in London now.
Too common.
Like,
It's disgusting.
We was at that pub last night and it's like a random little pub. Where was it? Deptford?
Mind, no, it was in Camberwell.
Oh, yeah, in Camberwell.
In Camberwell, guys, mind you. And it's not even on like
South
a main
London,
road.
for those who don't know where that is.
It's like the pub we were in was kind of
Little
back
tucked away
roads,
pub.
low key. And it was what, £7.50
I went and
something
got, because
for a pint?
Because of my Invisalign, I didn't want to take them out. So I went and got a like spirit and mixer drink. I got a double vodka and Coke, and it cost me nearly 12 quid. That's more than some clubs where you go and they charge you for drinks. It's a joke.
For a pub, that is bad. I feel like spirits in London are going to be at least a tenner for a double minimum.
I was expecting like a tenner-ish.
But when I'm
quid.
getting a pint and it's edging onto £8
Even 6 is a joke. I know inflation and shit,
in
but
this
even
economy,
so, like
in a
pint-
random pub in the middle of kind of nowhere in Camberwell.
bring back the £3 pint. That's what I say.
Honestly, people shit on spoons, but the same spoons that's like a 10-minute walk down the road does the same pint of Guinness for what, £3.60?
Yeah, literally. Spoons. I don't know why anyone would slag off spoons. Literally just cheap. I mean, you slag off the type of people that are in the spoons in terms of
Also,
when you're over
I feel like
50.
spoons goes one of two ways. You're either going to get a really good spoons where it's full of people. I'm going to offend some people here.
You get EDL spoons and you get young people spoons.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like our local spoons is an EDL spoons.
Oh, 100%.
Unfortunately.
100%. No one goes in there before nights out. People just day drink.
it's old men day drinking.
Day drink and pick up drugs from around the corner.
Yeah,
That's what they do.
yeah. And then like a random family of like a screaming baby. And then they're like, then like the other day, that I tell you, I don't know if I told you this. This was like a couple of weeks ago now. I think it might have been around St. Patrick's Day. I can't really remember. But I went into Spoons and there was a guy in there and he had a full desktop setup in there. Have I told you about this?
Like that, like a PC setup.
Like a monitor PC setup in Spoons. Yeah. It was, and he was sending emails.
I was about to say, can you see what he was doing on it?
He was sending emails. a middle-aged man sat at a table with a monitor, a full PC setup.
Spoons just let anything fly. How has that happened? How have the workers gone like, yeah, go on, you just bring that in, set
and he
up
was there for hours because we were there for quite a while, obviously.
And he didn't work like at Spoons. Like, he wasn't talking to any staff or anything.
No,
literally.
I don't think so. But
that would make it any more normal.
I was going to say, even if he did, why have you not even a laptop, a full monitor?
Bro just wanted to bang out a game of fucking CSGO with a pint, apparently.
Yeah, no, and he was like sending emails and stuff, and I was just thinking, what is going on? And that links to my point. You either get like a bit of a EDL middle-aged kind of weird people spoons, or you get like a really good fun pre-drink spoons. That's just made me think.
We
don't get the latter around here, unfortunately.
Yeah, literally. Like, yeah, most 9 times out of 10 spoons are EDL spoons, but like
my spoons back at home is you know what?
On a weekday,
my spoons back at home is EDL by day, lit by night.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, some of them just stay EDL spoons.
Ours here stays EDL.
Yeah,
it's never a vibe.
That PC setup in the spoons though made me think of like that would be such a fucking funny video to do. You know, it reminds me of when people go into I love these videos where people go into libraries and they have like a laptop with them or like a speaker and their phone. And they get a phone call, but they're wearing headphones.
Oh.
But the actual prank is they're just playing a phone call recording through a speaker in like a library or just in a public place. And they've got headphones on. They think it's coming through the headphones. And it's something really embarrassing and shit like that.
I've seen videos.
Imagine
like that.
just going into like a Spoons, setting up a whole like gaming fucking
whole
setup,
PC setup,
headset on, and you're just like raging in the middle of a Spoons. Like, fuck!
Yeah.
In the middle of a game.
I just don't know why they allowed it. I don't know who this guy was. Maybe he worked there, but regardless, why do you have a full PC
Nah,
setup?
he can't have. But also, how's that? I just want to know if you're working like behind. To be fair, if you're working at Spoons, you probably don't get paid enough to give a fuck.
I don't think they really care, do they? You're at Spoons.
How's he even got that? That's like a lot of shit to carry, like logistically speaking.
I know.
I know. That PC that I've got over there, the monitor, all the wires and shit to plug it in, and he's just rocked up with it somehow.
And when we all walked in and saw it, we just thought, what the fuck? Like,
was it just like in the middle of the room as well? I bet it wasn't like in the corner or anything.
It was he was sat by a wall, but it wasn't in a corner. It was just a table next to a wall. So it wasn't slap bang in the middle because obviously he's got to plug it in, you know.
Oh yeah, of course.
So he had to be near a plug socket.
He didn't think about the power source.
No. So he sat by the wall. Yeah, so weird.
That's
so weird.
Just doing emails, like
doing up emails.
I feel like laptops exist, like just fucking sell it all and get a laptop instead.
The whole thing's just crazy. But I thought, wow.
or even again, like thinking of like what funny like ideas come from that. Again, how people go to like cafes like Starbucks and shit with their laptops to like do work and shit doing that, but just bringing a whole desktop setup. Bringing your own like desk with it.
Even a chair and stuff, like a full-on office chair.
Oh, someone needs to make that a YouTube video. You know what? That kind of leads me on to our next topic of thing, but talking about good YouTube videos and YouTube video ideas. The Beta Squad are finally returning.
After how long?
After you didn't even know they were gone. But
sorry, honestly, I didn't even there's no nice way of saying this. I didn't even know they left.
Yeah, so they were doing like an announcement, like a little social media rollout on Instagram, which is just like the big green square they posted. And I sent it to Lexie.
Why is it a big green square?
I don't know, just because they made their profile pictures and shit. Just to signify something's happening because the account's been
change,
dead. Yeah, because it's been dead. And I sent that to Lexie being like, fuck yeah, as in like, me thinking, oh, it's obviously them coming back. Like what? And you just replied like, what?
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant. I just thought, why
and I was
green
like,
box?
and I went, they're returning, and you went, they were gone. They were gone.
Sorry, but I didn't even notice. I mean, are they not? Are they still been posting on their like individual channels?
Some of them have. Nico has on like the NDL channel.
Yeah, because I feel like I've still seen videos from him, but just maybe why I didn't notice they were gone.
Yeah.
But what?
But yeah, they're coming back now.
They're back.
I saw Nico drop some more information on it on his Instagram story, which is basically, it's kind of interesting to be honest, because I think the problem they were facing was a few things, but like obviously they all do their own things, so schedules were probably a big problem. Also, like I imagine like Nico and probably all of them, but I imagine Nico's probably the main drive factor, thinking like idea wise, like what they could do, they could probably do better or execute certain videos better and that kind of shit. So more time needed for quality rather than pushing them out every single week. So what they've done is they're doing it in seasons. So they've basically banked up. There's like, I think he said there's like 13 episodes in this season, for example.
So they just record loads in one go.
Record loads, edit them, make them like the best that they can possibly be, basically. Make them into a season so that they can then take another break, relax a bit, but also plan another load of content and shit, which I think is actually good. Like that's such a good way to do it.
Yeah, so it's less of like a factory, like churning it all out like week after week after week after week. If they do it all in one load, then it's kind of like easier.
Because I think the Sidemen suffer from that a bit. Not that, to be fair, I don't watch actually
you
many
burn
of their
out,
videos
wouldn't you?
of their things. And also like sometimes there's some ideas where you can tell that from the jump they know it's not the strongest one they've got in the bank and they all just don't care. Like they're all just there. You can see it in their videos, which I think is like a bad thing. Like,
or it's just like a stretch and it's like...
Most people will argue, oh yeah, but we get to see them do, like, they're still decent videos and good videos and shit, but like, I don't know, me personally,
you can tell what ideas are running dry.
Yeah, and I think it's obvious when people are doing shit for the sake of like getting something out rather than like, oh, we've got this idea specifically.
Says us while we came into this podcast,
I was thinking that as I said that,
thinking we don't know what we're going to talk about again.
Yeah, but podcasts are different because it is like we have in this episode, you kind of bounce off each other and go from there. With a video, especially as long
like
as the Sidemen videos, where it's like almost a movie length, like you need to plan it all.
It's interesting the kind of like rise in long form YouTube videos.
I don't like it, I'll be real.
Like Sidemen videos even a few years ago used to maybe be, I don't know, what, 20 minutes or something.
An hour is still a long time.
Now it's like an hour plus for some of the videos. And I know that Beta Squad do the same things. In my opinion, though, they're an easier watch. I feel like it's easier for me to watch an hour-long Beta Squad video than an hour-long Sidemen video.
Yeah.
I just feel like Beta Squad are a lot more entertaining. And the way they edit is really good as well. Whoever their editors are. And I can tell that Sidemen took like inspiration from that.
Yeah,
all of it, 100%, because now their content is so obviously trying to do what they do. But like it's still good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, Sidemen videos are
don't
good.
Don't come for me, they're still good, but I prefer Sidemen things,
the ideas have gotten so big and so high production now that is what needs to carry the video. Whereas the Beta Squad's one is like you kind of just put them in an environment where they're just going to be at their funniest, although still somewhat big ideas. Like when they did that the one that really stuck with me that they did was I can't remember, stuck with me so much I forgot the title of it. It was like a holiday one when they did like, I think it's like a 5-star versus 1-star like holiday thing. And there's Chunks and Sharky got the really bad one. I know, literally. And all the rest of them in the big hotel.
I knew you were going to say that one as well because I feel like we might have even watched that together.
We did.
And that was really funny. And that was like an hour long or something, but it was like so entertaining and so good. Whereas if the Sidemen did the same thing, which I'm sure they have done,
I think they just try and do too much in their videos. They do. It's good. There's I feel like for me personally, there's too many layers. Because like, for example, with that thing, the Beta Squad one would be like in the 5-star holiday or whatever. They did have little challenges and shit they've got to do, but they weren't that thing. And also the content came from them still. Whereas a Sidemen, it will be like, oh yeah, you're in a 5-star holiday thing and now like, oh, you're going to go sledding on this thing and you've got a complete X, Y, and Z. And there'll be some twist thing. There'll be some like point system. They'll swap over or some will go, like there's just so much shit going on, man. That's because their videos are so long. But also, like you were saying about the long form thing, I can't, even if Beta Squad posted an hour and a half video like long, I'm not sitting through it.
No.
I'm really not sitting through it. Like, I think longer form content has become a thing. Like YouTube, like 12 minutes on YouTube used to be like a long video. 15-minute was like a long video. Now, like, I think most people like 15 to 30 minutes is like the sweet spot length of YouTube video. Obviously, exceptions like podcasting and things that need to be longer form. But I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like general YouTube is like, out of the Sidemen channels now, I prefer the more Sidemen channel out of all of them. And that's the one where they're literally sat on a sofa, basically playing a game together. That's literally
because it's like what their original content was.
Yeah.
Which they blew up on.
And it's also where they're funniest because they're relaxed. They want to be there because they know it's quite easy work and they're just like having a laugh and shit. Like that is my favorite channel. I think Simon says that's his favorite channel as well.
Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me because it's just what they like to do. Yeah. Whereas I'm sure sometimes, and don't get me wrong, this is a massive first world problem for them, I'm sure. But like sometimes they probably just don't want to have to fly out to another country and like
piss off
have
halfway
a
around
film
the world.
and have like a camera in their face for like 3 days or whatever. Like, whereas for them sitting and just playing a video game is like pretty quite enjoyable.
It's not even video games. It will be like
whatever it is.
You know, like it's literally kind of like this, just on like a big round sofa, and it will be like I don't know, like guess the link type thing. Like what's the link between the images and all that shit, or like it would be team ones, and it's just funny. Like I prefer that. But yeah, the Beta Squad videos coming back, I'm very excited for. I can't even remember the last time. Obviously, it's been like 9 months since they posted anything. But like even like Chunks and stuff, I haven't seen him like in any people's YouTube videos or anything for ages.
I feel like a lot of them went quiet since the Philly thing. Sorry to bring it up, but it had to be said. I think Chunks went a little bit quiet because of
obviously, but like they've still been around. Like
obviously they've still been around, but
that's what I mean. I just feel like I don't know. I'm excited for them to come back because I've been needing some good funny Beta Squad videos. I'm trying to think of some other videos that they've done before that I really liked.
What, Beta Squad videos?
Yeah.
I
remember they did the. You know what ones are really good? I can't remember what the game specifically was called, but it'd be like a game show, and usually Darkest or Chunks sometimes would host it. They'd be the host. It would be like they do like Family Fortunes ones, and
they did the Chase.
Yeah, when they did their game shows, I thought they were funny as fuck because they didn't like
and I love the ones where it's like, are you smarter than a X-year-old?
Yeah. That's how.
And they like make them team up with kids or like go against kids or whatever, like in these like question things.
Yeah, they're just funny.
So funny.
I can't wait to see some of their videos and shit again.
Well, I didn't know you were gone, but I welcome you guys.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So excited that you're back, and I genuinely will be watching, even though I didn't notice you were gone. Sorry, but I'm sure that doesn't impact you too much.
Random question, but who do you like? Do you watch much YouTube at the moment?
No.
Oh, you don't?
I used to watch YouTube a lot. So if we're going back like 10 years, I used to watch Sidemen all the time and just like YouTube in general a lot. I watched it a lot through uni as well. We watched YouTube videos a lot together.
Yeah.
And then I feel like, especially in the last year, I've like visibly noticed it. I never really watch YouTube videos anymore, which is probably also why I haven't noticed that Beta Squad have been gone. Yeah. I feel like I never go to YouTube really anymore. And even when I do, I'm looking on my like kind of recommended videos and I'm all just like, none of them are really doing it for me. Yeah. But I did watch a lot of Beta Squad videos. So I feel like when they're back, I will actually watch them. Yeah,
because I was going to ask. I was like, if you did, I wouldn't even know who you like watching them.
I really don't watch a lot at the moment. I can't even think of... I sometimes watch Tari Yummy's videos. I sometimes watch Madeline RG.
The last person I remember seeing you watch on YouTube was Italian Batch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I watch like Arthur Hill off TV, like that. I was about to say,
I've been watching
group, like George Clarkey, like when they're kind of like group when they do videos together. Yeah, I watch those.
George Clarkey has been since he's done the Sidemen Inside thing, jumping off of Beta Squad, Sidemen, all that shit. Speaking about the Sidemen Inside series that recently happened, his socials have been popping.
Really?
He was on Twitch the other day, right? And for context, like Angry Ginge, I'm pretty sure, when he streams live, he will get maybe, on average, I'm talking, I think, either 15 or 50, something like that, between 15 and 50,000 viewers, right? George Clarkey was doing, when the episodes were dropping for Inside, going live and doing like live reactions, talking about the stuff they cut out and stuff, which is quite a lot, by the way. talking about all that stuff, giving like the inside scoop, no pun intended. And he's getting like, I looked and he had nearly 9,000 live viewers watching. Like, he's not a streamer.
No.
Like, if anything, the most, like, he does a lot of YouTube videos and TikToks and shit. Like, he's not touched Twitch.
For someone that's not a streamer at all, to like immediately go into it with like almost 10,000 viewers is a very big jump.
It's absurd. And also on Twitch, like, I think people underestimate like how hard that's to get. For example, when James streams, James from S&G, when he'll stream, he'll get like 300 viewers in his thing.
Really?
And George Clark is going live with like 8,000
and getting nearly 10k.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I said this to you before. I haven't watched Sidemen Inside. I'll hold my hands up. I don't think I even watched the first one.
I was where you watched a bit of it.
I didn't watch the first one really, but I saw so many clips of it online that I basically watched it. Like, anything important I saw on TikTok, give or take. This one, I've not seen too much other than the fact that it was really beefy, apparently.
At the reunion. You might have seen clips of the reunion.
Yeah. So, question, if I don't know if you'll know this, did they get along when they were in there? Or was it just beefy since the at the reunion?
I think it got... Right, again, for full context and clarity, I haven't watched the series, so I don't know if they were. But from the clips that I have seen of both the series and the reunion and shit, I don't think they got along by the end of the series too well. But it wasn't like they were beefing. It's just like, you're not my favorite person in here, is what it is, or whatever.
Fair.
And then after, I think the reunion was like, if there was beef there, they were going to poke the bear, and like the questions there. What the question they asked at the reunion that basically made everything kick off was literally like, does anyone disagree that the winners should have won? Or some shit like that.
Like, I saw one that was like, what was it? Hold on. It was something along the lines of like, who surprised you? How do I word this?
Surprised you the most in the house?
Yeah, but it was like, I don't know how it was worded, but it was like, when someone got voted out, like which one of those people like shocked you the most? Like, who did you think was not going to get voted out?
Yeah.
And there was a girl called Millie, blonde girl.
Millie Joe, I think her name is.
Probably.
Yeah.
And one of the guys was like, oh, Millie, as in he was shocked that Millie got voted out.
Yeah.
And Whitney was like, really? And said that while sat behind Millie. Like, Millie's obviously going to hear that. And she turned around and was like, that's fucking rude. Like, I've seen a lot of little beefy jabs at each other, little things like that, and then that big ordeal about the BBL.
BJ Humble in
saying that she's got a shit BBL or saying she's watched or whatever.
Yeah, for the little context I have, because I haven't watched the full thing,
explain.
but the clarity. There's a girl called Whitney in this season of Inside, and the clips I've seen of her have mainly been. Like the actual clip, like the reason for it being posted was George was sticking up for people basically, but there's been like multiple occurrences. And I think throughout the whole show, it's one of them where some people would be like, oh, like she's just being real and saying what saying what people are thinking type thing. And I understand that to a degree, but then also like there's been she just would say shit when there's like, it's just not necessary to say.
Yeah.
For example, like I think one of the first people to go in the series was Dylan, the news daddy, whatever his name is. And from what I've gathered, not many people cared for him in the series. I don't think he did a lot or said a lot really, or spent any of the money and all that shit. And then the next person to go out, I don't know who it was. I think it was almost like, again, I can't remember how it was worded. I think it was when he said something along the lines of like, oh, almost like, not these exact words, but like almost like, oh, we should care about, like, we should care this person's gone now because like they're not a Dylan, as in like saying a Dylan as in like a bit of an insult, like, like we actually give a
like
shit about you or something. And then George was just turned around and been like, why have you said that? Like, literally, what was the need to say that? Like, why
Who
are you
said
saying
that?
What, to Whitney?
Oh, did
Whitney said that just to the general people in the room.
Whitney said
like,
the insulting comment.
Yeah, and then George turned around and like, what? And I've seen multiple clips of her just basically saying like little snarky digs at everyone and shit like that, and just being a bit of a bully around the thing.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen online is like she's obviously not got much. That sounded like a fart then.
No, yeah, it was a nail on the thing.
From what I've seen online of it is she's not got much of a filter socially. Yeah. So just like says what she thinks. And B is just quite opinionated and quite judgmental. And because she has no filter, it just comes across as her being really rude.
Yeah, because I can, like I said, I can understand like kind of saying what people think and being straight to the point with shit. But also there's what I don't think what she don't get is just when it's not necessary to say.
It's
she
not
could think
appropriate.
that all she wants and everyone else might agree in their heads and shit. But like when they're not even in the room, they're not even there to defend themselves, and there's no need to say anything bad about them. They're literally like gone and shit like that. It's like, what is the point? Like, what are you getting from it?
Yeah.
Like, it makes no fucking sense. And then, in the reunion, so after all that shit happened, like, kind of like people just cottoned on that, okay, this is what you're on throughout the whole series, basically. She obviously didn't win. And I think PK Humble and I feel like there was multiple winners, but I don't know. PK Humble was being one of them. And in that thing, what I was saying about them poking the bear was actually like, one of the questions was flat out, like, does anyone disagree that the people who won should have won? Like, what else are you going to get out of that question other than beef?
Yeah.
And then Mandy starts, I think Mandy and Whitney were both like, yeah, like we do or whatever. Like we being Mandy and Whitney. And I can't remember, PK, they had a bit of a back and forth, but it wasn't anything actually personal. And then Mandy just started saying like something personal about PK, like insulting him.
Said that he's like a wannabe roadman and stuff.
Yeah, or something like that. And he's like, why are you making it personal or whatever? And she was, oh, like nothing wrong with, like basically being like, oh, like doubling down, like, oh, there's nothing wrong with making it personal or whatever. He's like, all right, then if we want to make it personal, and then says something like, you've got like a botched BBL or some shit like that. And then obviously it all kicks off from there as if like, the shit like that pisses me off, like the double standards. Like if you're going to say it's not like, it's okay to make it personal, then it's going to get personal. You know what I mean?
And I saw a clip like when he said that she had a botched BBL, everyone's faces were just like,
yeah, the screenshot of everyone's face, there's PK being like
just
that
like
in the thing,
cringing
like
so much.
Prime Bellingham scoring a fucking last minute winner, and then on the other side of the thing, Millie's face in that thing as well, like.
Just like the visceral reaction.
George did a thing on his stream where like he was green screens and he was just moving his head in front of people's faces, and he was like, you find it so funny because if he covered people's mouths, you could see the people who were like shocked with like their whole face, like their eyes. Like Millie is like, there's nothing else that could be underneath like where I'm covering right now. Like her eyes are so shocked, and I can't remember which girl it was. Her mouth was like dropped, but her eyes were just like not shocked at all. And he was like, you couldn't tell what she was putting under this and stuff. It was so funny as he went along the line. But yeah, there's been a lot of fucking drama come out of the Inside season 2. But I've also seen that like George was saying, I think a lot, and like just Instagram comments and shit, apparently Netflix have like cut out a lot of shit basically, but also like kind of the shit that you want to watch a reality show for, like a lot of the beef
like you
and
want it
things
to
like
be
that.
messy.
Like, not even just like messy shit, but just like
I do.
No, yeah, as in like that's not just what they've cut out, but like George was saying there was other funny shit that happened in there, and then like Netflix cut the whole thing to the point where like you didn't even know it was anything to do with it, it even occurred or anything. Yeah, and like I think a lot of people prefer, like from the general consensus I've seen is that people preferred season 1 because of like the stuff that was kept in and stuff. The production of season 2, obviously Netflix budget, like it was there.
It's like crazy,
and all this stuff. But yeah, it's been interesting for sure. I might give it a watch on Netflix, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think that probably brings us to the end of the episode today.
I mean, it's been a short ep, but
it's not even that short, to be honest. Like, this is actually a nice length for a podcast. If you're on your commute to work, to and from,
you can listen to our wonderful voices.
Yeah, if you're rambling on for an hour and a half, you're probably going to do it in both trips. But
lucky you.
Yeah, hopefully some more shit will happen in the world, or we'll just have some more time to actually prep these episodes and have shit to talk about.
Hopefully something crazy happens in the next week, and then you guys will get an absolute banger of an ep next time. But for now, just
thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Follow us on at everythingnothing.pod. How many times have I gone to say that throughout this podcast life and messed it up every time I go to say it?
Quite a lot, yeah.
Quite often. Everythingnothing.pod on Instagram and TikTok. If you've enjoyed the episode, if you're still listening to us, drop a subscribe on the channel, leave us a 5-star review on whatever audio platform you're listening on, and we'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
Love you. Bye.